using which is cross above is not keep going. Now we are starting air conditioner. It's not working. Not working. Yeah, especially those who have people who are late. Hello everyone. People are looking for us. And then now we will start within a few minutes. Please wait for a while. There, please calm down your mind. Okay, now to shop. That's why even if people delay, we have to start. Right? There, let's start with through us spoken by the God. Let's restart. The true words spoken by Buddha. There used to be the light in the great universe. The light is the energy of Buddha. People can live by this energy. And the Buddha's energy has made human history. It will be supplied eternally. This eternal light comes from heaven and prevails on earth. This is the light of heaven. Through the prism of Buddha, there appear the seven colors of rainbow, arching over in the sky. Here you can see Buddha's mercy. Yellow is the color of teaching. White is the color of saving. Red is the color of justice. Purple is the color of ignorance. Blue is the color of thinking. Green is the color of harmony. Silver is the color of progress. These seven colors help each other. There appears Buddha-land. Buddha-land is shining brightly because of gathering of bodhisattvas. This is a land of love or the land of mercy. This is a land of wisdom or a land of teaching. Especially, this is a land of souls rest in peace. Dear souls are children of Buddha. The children of Buddha became real human beings. Real human beings have spirituality. The spirits are immortal powers. The spirits are immortal forces. The spirits are real entities. The physical bodies are the shadows of the spirits. It means you are the boat sailing down the great river. The great river, the symbol of the course of life. Each of you sails down as a small boat, so you need a boatman. If it were not for your own boatman, you surely go aground. This boatman really means your mind. If your mind makes a mistake, the boat breaks into pieces by a large rock, and you also need a bamboo pole. This pole is the meaning of the true ones. When you go down a rapid stream, you need to pant in the stream. Then you can change your course. The true ones means the teaching of Buddha. Buddha enlightened and spoke the true ones, and the Buddha's teaching became a gold mine. This gold mine suggests various teachings. These are another expression of Buddha's truth. It brightens up your days. Or to put it another way, the fruits of Buddha's mercy. All of you, now here, listen to me. Never lose your way, now and forever. The guiding hand has already waved. Please follow this white hand and go straightly on and on. Your lives are not limited to this world only. They have three aspects: the past, the present, the future. Your past have already gone by, yet still your mistakes will be kept in your mind. That is the reason why you should understand other people, and you yourself should reflect on what you have done. You and others are not different. On the contrary, both are children of Buddha, and the brothers and the sisters. Now then, love each other. Let us bring up each other, and it's time to forgive each other. This is eternal law, which penetrates the present and the future. Yes, indeed, the light of the dark night. The dark night of this world is hell. It is also the same in another one. Since we came down to this world, the sun of the truth is scheduled to rise. Now we are watching rising sun. It will shed light to the future, to invite sad people to Buddha. Now here I command, there shall not be conflict in this world. There shall not be distrust in this world. There shall not be crime in this world. There shall not be evil spirit in this world. There shall not be the devil in the next world. Only the ideal one. Utopia shall be realized. All of the people love each other, live harmoniously, believing one another. The world is utopia. All of us could be the light of bodhisattvas, believing that the light has reality, believing that the love has reality, believing that the truth has reality. These are the facts that should be conveyed. We, the light of bodhisattvas, get together, work together to keep right mind and live in tune with Buddha's world. Here we vow to do so. Hello. Okay, let's start. Let's begin. It's good for our health because good exercise. You come here, right? Okay. So now some people watching us and some people told me that they will delay, but it's okay. We have to start because of some people watching. Now setting up already. This time we can manage everything for you too. So that's good. Thank you very much. Then today we took one theme about the possession. You may think last week we already learned about exercise, ego spirit. Yeah. But this is another theme, the possession. Last time we are watching some lectures from Masa Okawa, and learned a lot about exercise. But before doing exercising evil spirits, we need to know how it occurs, right?
Yeah.
Why it happens.
Yeah.
Yes, that is a basic rule. That's why I choose this book, The Possession.
Yeah.
Possession. So, if you read this book, you can understand the real aspect of the possession. So, let's learn together. Then, today, of course, based on his idea, his experience, because he's Buddha, he's law, but also he's psychic.
Yeah.
He can see everything. That's why we can learn the law from his own experience. He said every day, no matter when, he encountered such kind of phenomena, spiritual phenomena, every day. That's why he can publish many books, over 2,600. Then, as I told you, sorry. I have to show the picture for the people. Okay, everyone, can you see? So, through this class, you may know how this happened, the possession, and how to overcome this. So, I predict you, if you learn today's teachings, you cannot be possessed anymore. That's what I predict you. But it requires you some certain training to control your mind. Okay. Spiritual possession means directly you are possessed by someone that's called evil spirit. Then why does spiritual possession occur? That is a basic question. You know that? Maybe you already learned about it in the class, intermediate or advanced course, right? And then, but again, I'd like to confirm the answer, ultimate answer. Yeah, there are some reasons. If you are a very great person who can influence this country, your society, and all over the world, you can be attacked by Satan or devils. That has a very strong power. But otherwise, if you are a normal person, you can be evil spirit only. Then, answer is here. Why it happens? You can understand very well, but again, because you are governed by emotion, have negative thoughts, and think of only yourself. That is the only reason. But humankind cannot avoid that kind of situation. Sometimes we are governed by emotion. Sometimes have negative thoughts like anger, hatred, or desire, uncontrolled desire, worldly desire, I mean, and such like. But and sometimes, of course, we sometimes think of only me. Hmm. Then, but anyway, you know that. Laws of same wavelength attraction, you are governed by that. Yes. Then first, please listen to Master's lecture. Afterward, I will tell how to overcome.
And cannot do so without mentioning the law of same wavelengths attraction. This law is a major teaching of happy science, and is one that I would like you all to grasp a clear understanding of. Although you are currently living on Earth as three-dimensional beings, your mind is always in contact with the world beyond, because it is the central core of your soul. The mind can be described as an electromagnet, which always generates spiritual radio waves. The mind is in a state of constant exchange with the spirit world. The two are affecting and being affected by each other. The question of just what this electromagnet attracts to it provides us with the key to understanding possession. If you wish to know what kind of spirit is in possession of you at the moment, or what kind of spirit is likely to come to you, all you have to do is examine the state of your mind. In most cases, your mind will be in contact with spirits that share the same type of thoughts. This law of same wavelengths attraction is quite difficult to comprehend, but an instinctive understanding of the subject is quite accurate. Consider a television. If the television is not tuned into a certain channel, it won't show any image. But when the channel is tuned properly, the image is quite clear. The same is true of the radio. If it's tuned in properly, the FM programs can be heard. But if the frequencies do not match, you will hear nothing.
Thank you very much. That is first keyword. Keywords, that is the law of same wavelengths attraction. Yeah, that's true. You already learned. But again, I'd like to tell you, if you have yellow vibration in your mind, that can be magnet to attract yellow people. If you have pink mind in your mind, yeah, it's beautiful, but pink mind, that can attract pink people. And if you have a blue mindset, then you can attract, that become a magnet and attract blue people, such. Yeah, but I dare tell you, you can control color of your mind. Yes, definitely you can do it. Sometimes we can tell, we can say like we cannot control our mind very well because of situation, because of my friends, family members, or society, something like that. But please be confirmed that we can control our mind 100%. If you accept this truth, you can train yourself. Of course, it's needed a certain training for you. But today, I will reveal how you can control. Then attract, not evil spirits, attract angels. I think you already know that. But please let people know how you can do it, why it happens. Again, let's see, massage lecture and this.
Possession takes place when the frequencies of the mind come into alignment. So what is the main thing to be careful of? Well, there is an envious mind, one that is filled with envy for others. Next is a heart that is always filled with dissatisfaction and complaint. Then there is the kind of heart that is forever cursing or abusing others, hurting them with bad words. There is a cynical heart, and there is a heart that suffers from a persecution complex. Basically, the majority of people who are spiritually disturbed suffer from persecution complexes. They believe that they're always bullied and that they always lose out. The other side of this complex is a tendency to always put the blame on others. They blame their parents, their friends, their teachers, their superiors at work, their colleagues, their lovers, the environment, their job, the economy, anything but themselves. They think it is never their fault. It's always somebody else who deserves the blame. It is people who have a tendency to avoid any responsibility themselves that hellish spirits find easy to approach. Another kind of negative heart's an angry heart. Everybody loses their temper at times, but people who become angry on a regular basis, who are always in a rage, are generally in tune with hell. People who are filled with unreasonable rage will find that they attract hell spirits. In this way, people who soon lose their temper, who say terrible things, who complain, always blaming others for their misfortune, will be approached by hell spirits. The opposite is also true. People with a low sense of self-esteem, a low opinion of themselves, people who think they are no good, who are rubbish, who think they are beyond help, and that it would have been better if they were never born, will also find that they attract hell spirits. Their hearts are also hidden under dark clouds. According to Buddhist doctrine, the main factors that create a negative mind can be summed up as greed, anger, foolishness, pride, doubt, and false view. Greed is excessive desire. Everybody possesses desire, but if it's taken too far, it appears very ugly to others. He is too greedy, he doesn't do much work, but he's always trying to get a rise. He's trying to make money without doing anything. A favourite theme in samurai movies is that of the local administrator who gets defeated by a virtuous hero. In these stories, the administrator is generally greedy. Those who are willing to break the laws enforce to make a profit. This kind of person can be said to suffer from excessive greed. The next delusion is anger, about which I spoke earlier. It's the kind of heart that suddenly flies into a rage, is put into possession by animal spirits, particularly snakes. Next, we have foolishness. This refers to the kind of person who makes many mistakes and creates their own suffering. In particular, there is foolishness with regard to religious truth. There are many people who claim the opposite to religious truth, who believe the opposite of what I preach. They think that pleasure is everything in this world. They devote themselves to pleasure and do not search for anything spiritual. People who only seek happiness through material or physical things are fools. This is what is meant by foolishness. Even though they may have a high IQ and be able to excel in their studies at school, a person may still be a fool. Pride stems from the heart of conceit. The conceit brings them down and makes them suffer. The road to hell can be created through suffering. There are many people who fail in their aims due to conceit. The next is doubt, and when I talk of it in this context, I am generally referring to the doubt of the truth of Buddha. But it also includes suspicion, a tendency to suspect others and not to be tractable. The final factor, false view, refers to somebody who has a wrong outlook. There are numerous mistaken outlooks, and some of them are taught in schools. These become political and economic ideologies, and sometimes they're adopted by organizations or religious groups who teach mistaken ideas. Once you've become possessed by a mistaken idea, you'll see everything wrongly. For this reason, somebody who is a member of a mistaken religion will find it most difficult to achieve enlightenment. I think that salvation will prove impossible until they decide to leave the organization. It'll be hard to achieve enlightenment while in a gang of robbers. So it'll be difficult to find the truth while in a group of people who believe in a false ideology. There are many false views in the world today. Even among intellectuals, false views are extremely common. The worst disseminator of wrong views is journalism, due to the mistaken reports that appear in the newspapers, on the television and the like. The world is flooded with false ideas. As a result of the ensuing confusion, hell is able to regenerate itself regularly. You should think of all these delusions as the foundations for a negative heart. In addition, on an emotional level, sudden rage, complaining, and placing the blame on others also denotes a negative mind. Basically, somebody whose words, actions, and lifestyles are bad can be said to express a bad heart.
Thank you very much. That was it. Very basic idea, but maybe even if we like professional and the other people who are members can know this truth, but how about action? It is very difficult to control, right? He mentioned about six points. One is greed. Sometimes we are governed by greed. Anger, yeah, every day we got something anger, then controlled by emotion. And foolishness, yes. Still, we have a lot to learn. That means, from the viewpoint of God or Buddha, we are some kind of foolish, but even now, we don't know how to control still. Little bit we know, but certainly not know yet. Then, pride and conceit. Yes, sometimes we misunderstood. I'm okay now, like that. But we need to know to control the pride, the distance between me and God. How much that? So, fifth point is doubt. Yes, if you have a perspective of like a very limited materialistic idea in your mind, you cannot. Universe was created by God, something like that. So this is doubt. You cannot accept that truth. And also false view. Yes, because we are raised by society, parents, schools, and teachers. Those people also influence me much. That's why we need to conquer those ideas start from scratch and build up certain ideas, certain belief in them. Those are 6 points. But today, I'd like to summarize very shortly what he wants to say. What is evil spirit? To summarize, who is evil spirit? What is evil spirit? Basically. Of course, those 6 points are influence, but we can define like this. Evil spirit is a spirit in hell or an earthbound spirit who think of only one's own benefit and never smiles. Both inside of your mind and appearance. You can confirm with evil spirit. If you can listen to like small voices in your mind that come up with your mind, then it says it's telling you like you need to focus on your own benefit. Otherwise, you will be very unhappy. Like that. They try to stop to give other people benefit rather than focus on your own benefit. But even if you see the historical fact, all people who think of only your own benefit, focus on that. Those people cannot be happy. You know all sense giants in the history. Maybe you have one or two very favorite person who you can admire. But how's their life? How's their lives? all those saints giants contribute to others and the society and the country or all over the world without expecting anything in return. That's why they got they got admired by other people. So this is a fundamental fact we need to accept. Reason why you are not happy and governed by evil spirits, controlled by them. Maybe you always think of my own things only. So please change your perspective like this. An angel is a spirit in heaven or a loving spirit who thinks of others' benefit and always smiles. Hmm. Yes, very short, right? But difficult to practice. But if you put this on the desk or somewhere, so you can train yourself, polish yourself. But you might say like, but I'm in very difficult situation. At that time, it is difficult for anyone. It's impossible to give them something great or think of others' benefit. But if you train yourself, like people in Bodhisattva world, seventh dimensional world, or eighth dimensional world, Tagadata world, and then ninth dimensional world, Savior's world. All those people could overcome any situations. That is a test. If you encounter a very difficult situation, you may say like, I cannot help thinking of only me. In that case, everyone can be said to do so, like this. But reality is, saints giants, even in very difficult situations, they can think of only others' benefits. For example, you know Mr. Edison, who is a very famous scientist in America, invented many good, great gadget or something like that, right? Then when he was 60, he got a great accident. That is big fire. He has facilities, assets, and factories in one place, that in Chicago, USA. Then by this big fire, he lost everything at when he was 60. At that time, I don't know whether they have a good insurance system or not, something like that. But he said they said he lost everything. Then at that time, he stood up like this, gazing at the fires, and then burning his houses, plants, and facilities, and also factories. Then their family members coming to him, try to encourage him, but at that time they are very surprised because Mr. Edison smiled with smile. Then his family members asked him, and the relatives and his friends asked him, "Are you okay?" He said, "I'm very excited because I can start from scratch again, like 20s, younger people. That's so exciting." That's what he said. Yes, in same situation, anyone can see different perspective. Even if you can be in the very difficult situation, but even in that situation, you can find great perspective. you can develop yourself. In shortly, great people know that real happiness resides in what?
Us.
Hmm?
Us.
Us, okay?
Yeah.
Resides in many saint giants lives in like developing situation. Always. They know happiness exists in the process of progress. Closer to be God. Being closer to God. That is the place you can find happiness, not the material. How much money you have, how much assets you have, how much houses you have, how much servants you have, like that. Those are mistaken. Those are the things you cannot take with you to heavenly world. Yeah, history. How much you can develop yourself in this world, because this world is training will be recorded in the universe. That's why people who don't know can be evil spirits who have attachment to this world. They may think like, how much I can get from this world? Only. That means. Only means that. But people in heavenly world always think of how can I expand my loving ability? How much I can control from this situation, in this situation. That is a test. They know that. That's why they always smile. Okay? So that is a very, very basic idea we have to know. So that's why earthbound spirit means who have attachment. What sticks to their mind is like a materialistic things only. That they are very illusion. So then to conquer to be evil spirits. Yes, all people has possibility to be evil spirits. That's a big help. Right? Like this. Minimize time thinking of yourself. Maximize time thinking of others. You have power, strong power within. That is called divine nature within. Then if you polish this every day through self-reflection, meditation, and prayer, you can do it. Because divine nature has power of love. If you focus on the divine nature within, 1 inch below, inside of you, that's called tanden in Japanese, then you can emit love to others. All people, without exception, has this ability. So then, this is also very important question. How to change your mindset to protect yourself from evil spirits? Means how to become greater person who has great loving ability. Can you hear me? I will tell story of this lady, Miss A. She's Japanese. Not this person. She's just an actress, but yeah, please suppose she's Miss A. Okay. So sufferings and loneliness she has had so many years. She said from the childhood until today, she has had loneliness and sufferings inside. Always think of herself. That is a role model who can be evil spirits. She is not a bad person, but that can attract more evil phenomena, right? That is a role model. Yeah, because our mind is a mind. Then she that situation every day she encountered many bad things. So, for example, she divorced. She has 3 children, but they run away from her, and she got a job, but suddenly fired many times. She changed the job and job and job. That happened many times. In that and at that time, she already gave up her life. And then how can I live in this world? At that time, her neighbor ran the flower shop. Then the owner of the flower shop told her, read this book, give her. That is the laws of the sun. So she encountered happy science finally. But as you know, fact is like not soon as she removed her evil reflection outside, then how she could overcome. I will show you this because she got shoulder and back pain and other things and always got something wrong in organ. And she said 2 days or 3 days basis, she had to go to hospital, see the doctor. So her friend recommended her first self-reflection. What she was told is, what you saw as picture may be wrong. She has a strong curse to her parents because at the age of 4 or 3, she was abandoned and then changed the parents. And then her father-in-law left her. Only mother-in-law could raise up her. That happened. Then always called by her mother every day. When she was 15, she ran away from her house because she didn't like her mother very much. Always called her. You should do that. You should not do that, like that. And sometimes screaming. If she got the bad score in her high school, she was terribly scolded by her. That's why she ran away. She left her house alone. So that is happened. But she said she thought that was because of my mother-in-law. Then, but her friend in happy science recommended to reflection. Then she doesn't understand. She didn't understand at all at that time because her mother was bad person and then abused me. That's why I am very unhappy now. So why I have to reflect that? Then, but she already read the laws of the sun. Her friend told her, you can find him. If you want to be very happy, study this book. Then her friend, gave her one book that called Tips for Happiness. Then, because she couldn't find any way, that's why only way to read that book and then find a clue or hint to be happy. Maybe some of you, if you in the same situation, maybe same mindset will be occurred in your mind, right? So, but she started study because there is no way. Otherwise, she will commit suicide after that. She would commit suicide. So she sometimes told that her friend, only way to run away from this situation, committing suicide. But she studied. Then, through reading and reflect her life, she realized big thing, big discovery she found. What is that?
What we call life.
Yes, that's it. She focused on what problem? Yeah. Focus on why my mother-in-law scolded me a lot for her behavior and something like that. She thought that was kind of stressful. That's why kind of, but reality is not. She found that
Yeah.
finally, maybe get inspiration by guidance Spirit because she was told to study not in your house, in Shoja temple.
Yeah.
Because temple has a great vibration, isn't it? And then if you study in the temple, you can be guarded and guided. Then she found one fact. That was true in her mind. Because your man, even mother-in-law, loves you very much. Like your mom felt that your life is likely mom's life, mom's own life. She felt that very strongly at the moment of self-reflection. Finally, her conclusion was at that time. It took, but I had almost 1 year to reach this answer. Every day, reading books and take action like that. Then through that, she realized, feel mother's love. Finally, she understood finally how much her mom loves you. That's why she was scolded. She had been scolded by her mom. But unfortunately, her mother-in-law cannot control her emotion. That's happened, right? Because her father-in-law left the house with a girlfriend there, and she was alone, and her mother also alone. And then her mother-in-law had to work in the like a pub. She was not happy about her mom's job, but because of her mom's job, she can get into the high school. Otherwise, she will like graduate from only middle school. Feels gratitude. But even though she left the house, she regretted much.
Yeah.
Then what she did? Finally, she called her. That is first time in how many years before? 20 years. First time in 20 years. Firstly, her mother-in-law, she was very surprised. You can support, right? Very surprised and say, I'm happy to hear you. That is the first voice from her mom. She also very surprised that because she has never felt that she was loved. But at that time, love from her mother. Her first voice was, I'm very happy to hear you. And thank you. She was crying. Then apologize. I realize how much you love me. Then at that time, suddenly, something has gone from her shoulder. Yeah, and pain has gone at the same time. That means possession has ended. Has ended at the time. So then after training, it took like 2 or 3 years finally. She got new marriage. Ex-husband have gone, but new husband come to her. Means unhappiness situation has gone. Evil spirit has gone because of her training. Get new happiness. That is the remark. How wonderful teachings of happy science and mastery for karma. If you seriously, that one condition, if you seriously face up to your problem, then you can get answers for certain period. Not rush, don't rush, because first you have to polish yourself and to get the inspiration. If you have a dirty mind, dirty people will come. That's why you need to polish it fast. Okay, otherwise you will get the dust and dust from evil world. Yeah, that is a law. That's why first you need to polish yourself. And then restore your original mind. That is love itself. Okay. Then we can. Then in the case of her, it took like 1 year. I heard every day she came to Shibu and read some book with Shibucho, I mean the head minister of that temple, and train herself and watch the master's lecture by DVD like this. Then finally 1 year later, finally she found her. And sometimes going to big temple Shoja in Japan. So let me summarize how she realized the fact. Here, decision to change your mind. If you try to change others, that will not happen. Happiness will not come to you. But if you decide to change your own mind, that is the starting point to happiness. But that's not the end. Okay? Decision is a decision. So, but this decision, determination, will invite great things. She restored loving mind. That is the divine nature. First, you need to realize I am a part of God, part of Buddha, part of Alcantara. Not only knowledge, but also as wisdom, as actual feeling. I am a part of God. Then study the truth, self-reflection every day to polish yourself. Because Master's books have a great vibration, as you know. Once you read it, you can polish yourself, right? Even if you don't understand very well, but you can polish yourself, define your mind. And self-reflection means 100% self-reflection. We have many misunderstandings in your mind because of like a situation, because of school teachers or parents that told you, you took in some wrong ideas. That you need to throw away those things like a dust with blue vinyl bag. Okay? They are put outside in your house. Yeah, so when someone comes to pick up this rubbish. Okay? Self-reflection. You need to throw away right now. And prayer. That is also very much important. When you pray, guardian spirits will come. Without prayer, you cannot do it because guardian spirits in the heavenly world are also very busy to help others. So, whenever you need, they come. But cell phone to contact with them is prayer book. Especially this book, the true words spoken by Buddha. That is very important. So, and gratitude. You need to realize how much you have been loved, how much you love, you are loved, how much you will be loved gradually. Then you can start the life with giving love to others without expectation. That is the highest moment for you. Even if you got 1 million pounds, that will not come. As you know, if you got a big money with lot, right? How about their lives? Miserable after that, right? Even if you got a big money, people came to him or her and have a good meal and enjoy, and then suddenly within 2 or 3 years they lost everything. Yes, that's why this fundamental action she took. This is not actual person, but okay, this is just an actor. Okay, means hey, we can learn a lot. Even if when you get the loneliness from the childhood, and your mother was not good, but she can grab something great in the process. Why she has granted such kind of life as a homework. So you have your own homework, and then to face up the homework first. Then you can realize this is the way to remove negative influence. This is why sometimes negative coming to me. So then you can conquer everything. But many nature you have. Some of them very good, but some of them affected by education or your co-worker or family members. You need to remove the small one. Every day you should fight it. So I suggest you again. Loving mind. That is a bad design when you polish the soul. Everybody who polish their soul, they can find this. I have loving mind. I can love others. That's the nature everyone has had. And study the truth. To love others, study the truth. Necessary. Because even if you give love, sometimes that leaves them unhappy. Like if you have small children, then you are one of the children to you like a candy, like every day candy. But okay, I will give you candy every time. What happened to him? She got sick. Uh, Maybe diabetes or something like that. Yeah. Okay, don't do that. Love with wisdom. That is very important. That's why studying the first is very important. And self-reflection. No one can avoid a mistake. That's why every day reflect yourself is very important. So that I grabbed the bad thing slowly like this. So what do you think this is diamond? Maybe just dust. Or small worm. So these are conditions you can be happy and guard yourself. These mindset: love, kindness, courage, honesty, gratitude, blessing, cheerfulness, effort, belief in God. But if you think of that, you can smile. That is a good thing. But if you think of that, you cannot smile. That is a bad thing. Very easy to understand. Yeah. Even the children. So please think of that. Okay. Smile is just keyword. Then now we are going to next step. What kind of mind do you have now? But please practice it in your house. Okay. Because it's good idea to think after finishing everything or in your house alone. Yeah. Lastly, what I told you is prayer with faith. Because we are connected with Lord Elkana, Buddha, God. So prayer is very effective. When you are in emergency, he can remove negative influence from you. For example, whenever you read the sutra, true words spoken by Buddha, you can feel strong light within. So that's why prayer is also very effective. Then you can think of what's wrong after that. Otherwise, they will come back. That's why prayer and the reflection combination is very important. So this is it. And also, if you encounter the evil spirits in others' mind, or he got sick, or he got troubles, she got some wrong things, then you can do this. El Cantar 5. Do you know that? Like this. Yes, yes. For the people who don't know, maybe you already knew that El Cantar 5. But now practice it then. For everyone. Like this. Alright? Put your hand, left hand here. And like center. Pointed out center with your palm. Okay? Then left side first. Saying right and top, put your hand top, right hand, cross again, left side to right side, right and cross again, make cross. Okay, then again put your hand top, a like making star, can, yes, like to left and can, tale, then complete the star, the center of star, push, fight. This is very effective for spiritual disturbance. I did it many times. Actually, I experienced that very much, like many times in my 30 years. So evil spirit has gone. But if the person who got the bad mindset, they will come back again. That's why after that you need to recommend him or her to self-reflection. So, but this is very effective also. Anyway. This is El Cantal 5. In emergency case, like 911 in this country to call ambulance car. Right?
What about the 10 flaps?
10 flaps, that is also, but it's kind of for professional. Okay, to make spiritual atmosphere, like from top, then clap your hand. Fight like this. Then you can create a great atmosphere. Shield, I mean, spiritual shield.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, again, please learn. So you can be a perfect exorcist from now. You can control your mind. Okay, everything you need to accept as nutrition from God. Even if it's a little bit bitter. but you need to accept that as a nutrition or homework to be solved. Okay, so to the solve, to admit with admitting the load of same wavelength attraction to change your own mindset. Then loving the mind, study the truth, self-reflection, and prayer with faith. Okay, this concludes today's session. After that, Q&A and also have Dharma talk with you guys. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. To have Dharma talk, we will use Facebook or
Oh, I did.
maybe
You put something in the system or?
I think maybe Zoom.
Usually Zoom, I think. What did you use it last week?
We don't have a Dharma talk last week.
Oh, did we? Yeah, we did. We did to have a down talk. We did. I think it was on Zoom.
Zoom.
Yeah, I think it was Zoom.
Zoom. Okay. Once we finish and also have Dharma talk within 5 minutes. Okay. From 3:10. Thank you very much. See you then.
Yeah, Andre said he is working today. It's going to be available at 3:30. That's Andre. But last week you did it on Zoom. So
Can you check my email?
What email?
Email I sent. It says something.